Hello and welcome. Right, I've set these two going. I thought I'd start on the big field. I really didn't. I know I've not waited for your answer. I was literally talking all my life. It's the first train wreck. Yeah. Bodes well. No, I'm not one for believing in that type of thing. It is what those things happen no matter what happens. Yeah, whether it's a good or bad session or whatever. But yeah, we've literally. I've answered my own question in the last episode. Where I said I wouldn't really be being fair if I didn't do this because it affects the Let's Play. And I thought, well, it is true. That is a very, very true thing to do and to say. Now then, I'm trying to think the best way. I think I'm going to leave those and I'm going to pick another. Yeah, no, where did we stick the helmet on? Did we stick it or did I just think about it? Yeah, I was talking about it, wasn't I? And I said really, so I think actually the top of that field is pretty much where that Tower Silo Blue is. Would not be a bad place really for doing those three fields. So I think we're going to stick one there. So we're going to borrow, because it's on the edge, Roadrunner. And it is a monster. It is a huge silo. So then that's what we're going to start with first. We're going to come over here. And we're going to be very strategic about the production that we're going to play. So I'm going to go about... It's not far from where the blue silo is, actually. Switch my phone on to silent. It's been on noisy all day. And of course, the second that I come on to the game, of course it's going to be noisy. Right, okay, sorted. So then, we want production, Omatana. Farm supply production. I always call it the Omatana. I'm in terror. I apologise. I expect to read my mind. Yeah, I literally came on to Old Farm Countryside and I really literally answered my own question. I thought, you can't. How can you say it's finished if you've not really finished it? Right, so I want this. I'm trying to think about this. I think that's something, a gut feeling tells me that's the best side to actually go with. It's not also blocking the blue silo out an awful lot. And we're going to tweak the settings on that. Now we have got another one, haven't we? That's at the top. So we need the one that's totally empty. Farm supply production. It's not that one because that's got sort of number 2. So this one here we need to upgrade. It's on outgoing, I think, isn't it? You have to do it on outgoing for upgrade. Upgrade for 22, yes. Which will make the... no, then I think it disappears to the bottom. No, that's not how it works. Large production. Production shed. That's got nothing ticked, so it's got to be that one. Which means that, yeah, that it increases everything, doubles the storage limits, and also means it should do, if we go on the outgoing, should now do 258 times that. So 258,000. Hang on a minute. I thought it did that anyway. I thought it did 250 tons of... That's not actually doubled anything up. That's very strange. So look at the normal one, because I apologise for this, but yeah, this really... Oh. No, let's pick the same one. So silage... We're on grass silage, 240. Does it that? Yeah, that's not worked out right. Farm supply production 2. 1. It should say number 2 next to it, so that's what we're really looking for. That's the yeah, it is. It's this one here. So the grass silage, the same. Very strange. Yeah, so that has doubled and a little bit more. So that is what 500 tons per. So we want to do. Are we going to do this side? Well, we said we'd do our best. That really does mean our best. So that would be. No, it's straw. So straw, you don't need to do it. You just literally, yeah, it's that. I'm getting myself confused now, which is not easily. Right, so we want silage. We want to be distributing. So that's that one sorted. So is that going to be enough? Do we do it once more? I think we do. Yes, it's what we said. If it was going to do 3, 24, yeah, so 20, 22, 24. Now, if we go off and then on, we should now see... No, that's a production shed too. Do you know, talk about... So that should be now... Farm supply production should have a 3 by it, basically, a level 3. Which is a 3 farm supply production. So now, straw silage should say... Yeah, it does give it a 15% bonus as well, as you can see, because if it was exact, it'd be 750,000. Well, it's not, it's nearly 800,000. So I think that's not bad. I think I'm happy with keeping that at 3. Storage is going to be astronomical, but it needs to be, because there's a lot out here. Right, so then we now need... Let's go to the yard and grab the beast. Yes, and we need the fluffy mods. Apologies for that. My wife has always got such a good thing for actually... Now, I was talking about doing the big 108 tonner for dragging this around. I could do that, and I could also scatter the... And sometimes, in theory, you have these ideas, you think, yeah, that's the best thing, but the other thing is sometimes it can be a little bit ungainly. I think it can very easily pull a 70 tonner, which for most tractors is not a small sort of... yeah, let me just show you, because it's been a few minutes. I've been downstairs making a cup of tea. Yes, so that's all sorted. We're going to get stuck straight in on those and stick this in. And of course, this is rather a monumental task. So we shall be doing this. Yeah, so we want this field, that field. Now, if you remember, this field on its own last time was a monster, although we were trying a different approach to this. Not that, of course, it's not going to be a monumental task, but it is definitely, yeah, it's going to be quite large. We don't need to do any mucking around, stick it in, and basically by November morning, like almost 1 million litres will be done, which is almost like a very large bunker silo. Yeah, we'll also stick another one down on field 22. I thought this, I am right, it is, we really do need to do this, so I'm going to get stuck in straight away. Yes, I have left this, well, I really was in my mind thinking we were actually done, but then I thought, we're not really done, it's not really complete, is it? So right, so I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. You know, seriously, you should have just shifted it out of the way. It would have been an awful lot better. Ooh. No, it is the other way. Yeah, let's just... Even a few inches further forward would have done it. And I believe we have got that here. Ooh. No, we haven't. We have over there. Yeah, we also need to, I think, clear that out. I think that lorry is going to be in the way a little bit. Yeah, so I do think it wasn't a bad idea for what I'd said and suggested about doing the big backs. But I think, yeah, half the time it's just streamlining the process. Don't get me wrong. I also will say that it is getting things ready is part of the thing, which is why I thought, well, let's stick those on and we're going to grab this set over here, because these are still fairly decent windrows. Field 22, I need every possible chance and help I can get. So this is going to be a monumental task. So, with no further ado, no more faffing around, I am going to say, I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, coming out of the time lapse, I was debating in my mind whether I could finish it. I could, but I've got to be honest, I've left the biggest till last. And I thought, well, I don't know about you guys and gals, when you set yourself a monumental task, it usually shatters you for the next day. And I thought, I could literally just crack on and do. I kept on saying, oh, if I do that one, then. And then I thought, I reckon I could actually do this. I was always planning on leaving 22. I sort of think I understand a little bit about what runners talk about. In fact, nearly all great people, and I certainly don't include myself amongst that, talk about the wall, mainly runners, but it is also about that. It's there are certain very special individuals. I remember, is it a paraplegic? Was in Australia. There's a really nasty, arduous task, and this gentleman who is severely, I won't say disabled, no one likes that word anymore, but yeah, or handicapped. When I was a kid, you were handicapped or you were disabled, but now I don't know what the proper term is, but yeah, able-bodied for someone who's normal. As I hate that label, I hate that word, because what is normal? Really, what is normal? But yeah, I mean, the bottom line is someone who is challenged by their, I won't say disabilities, it is in comparison to a standard human. Again, its language doesn't really convey terribly well what you're trying to say. And you're not trying to be insulting either. I never insult. My background, my mum was she used to work with the handicapped, as they were called, when I was a child, severely handicapped. So I grew up with handicapped people, and I view them as human beings, not as, I always have done, because I grew up with them, whereas a lot of people struggle with handicapped people and start shouting at them, and as if like some of the people who've been considered as handicapped, as able-bodied people, have actually turned out to be exceptionally bright people. It's just that they had no way of communicating, and then obviously, the really very high IQs. So, and I'm not saying, all I mean is you should never judge a book by its cover, truthfully. Right, so I think, let's just check that. I think I did everything, but we're chatting again. Your concentrations, I've been quite, I've missed very little. Been sort of quite thorough. I'd like to give this my absolute best. Just check this field here, and then we're going to shift on to 22. We're going to have a good look at what we've done. I may split the session, or I might just stick it together and then have this little bit of a chat in the middle, but I think it's probably worthy of 2 sessions. Also, it's 5 to 3, as in on the day of October, so another, really it will, at this particular time, well, in Great Britain, we I missed a bit, I can see it. We turn the clocks back, so in October, it's imminent now. It really is at the end of the month, this particular time, so we would be approaching that time, and really by 4 o'clock it is pitch black in Britain. So I would imagine that would mean that in most countries it would be 5 o'clock it would be pitch black. So I've done every single field except for the biggie. What I'd like to at least do now is not to actually start it, but I would like to put the Omatana. I think I was right about sticking this in the middle. No, it's spending a little bit of money, I know it is. The other thing is, one thing did become apparent. Now, I compared this to Field 18, which, if you remember a few sessions ago, when I was using that special brand new mod, I did say, I'm not sure if this is multiplying the straw. And I think it was, because we got 3.1 million straw. Now, I was basing our calculations based upon that. That's obviously wrong. It became quite apparent to me as I was drawing 5 or 6 off some of the bigger fields. I was thinking, that is like 420 tons, and although that's a lot, it's an awful lot more short. We got 3.1 million tons, 3.1 million litres, 3.1 million. No, it was. We filled the bunker to 3.1 million litres, 3.1 3,100 tonnes. So I'm aiming for the 22 we can see on the mini-map, because that is about dead centre of the field. But we are going to have to, yeah, I would say we're going to be slightly off centre. Let's just see if we go in the middle of this one, though. Yeah, that's not far off. So if we just pull back a little bit and stick the Omatana there, I don't think we're going to damage the things. Now this, again, yeah, so I'm explaining really, because my calculations were based upon that field and that field size and putting it all inside each other. That's nowhere near accurate now, it really isn't. That became quite apparent. So that mod actually did multiply, it really was. So no wonder I really seriously thought I'm never getting to the end of this, because I mean, we drew 2 million from around the first 2 or 3 headlands, and I was thinking at the time, I have never drawn, but you know, you just think, oh, it's me, I'm imagining it. But yeah, anyway, let's just stick this down, otherwise this is going to be an even long monster session. So if we stick this, now the most runs run that way, so it doesn't do much at the back. If I lose a tiny bit as an yeah, we've got to stick this in V mode. Yeah, brilliant. So we didn't lose any. I like that. Now then, so we are going to grab that one as well. Anybody notice when you go out of that mode, it sort of does a weird little flick to your graphics? Yeah, like a darkening lifts. It is really strange. But yeah, I've noticed it a few times and I thought, am I imagining that? But no, I'm not. I can see. Alright, so then this should be a level 1. And we are going to stick it to a level 3, and I still don't think that. And then we're going to have a look at how we did do. Stuck an awful lot in the Grainquid Pro as well, as you will have obviously seen. Farm supply production 2, and now that's got nothing in it. So straw silage, it's got none in it, which that means it is this one, thank goodness. So outgoing, if we click on this, upgrade, yes. Now that's going to disappear again. It's very, so that would be a level 2 now. Level 2, so it is this one. It really does confuse me on why it does this particular level 3. Brilliant, fantastic. Right, so then now let's have a look. Will this? No, because it's productions. That's the only trouble with productions, that it doesn't actually show it to your totals. So we'll go from top to bottom. And now that is a point. The one thing we are going to have to do is switch off the manure straw plus digester, because that's going to call for the straw and that's going to throw things out. We really don't want that at all. So yeah, this is really a very careful way now of going down this. Straw silage digestate, which is still from the top, and then we want straw silage. I will come back. I'm just making sure this to begin with. Straw silage, must be this one. Large production, the straw is told to distribute. Right, fantastic. Now then, let's go from the top to the bottom again, and this time let's look at the totals so that we can see how well we did, and including the Grainquid Pro. Right, production shared. No, that's not what we want at all. Farm production, straw silage, 307. So we'll call it 400. Let's round it up a little. 19, call that, and we'll knock one down. 19, that's got nothing. 19, 200. So 2 million. We'll get the oddments can cover that we've overcompensated. So 2 million litres. So that is it then, because I've not missed it. So 2 million litres, an awful lot. I mean, Gordon Bennett, when I think what we drew off that field, that multiply is an understatement. I would say, if that is the case, if we look at the size of the fields then, I mean, I'm glad I did this, because I've got to be honest, you don't always know. Sometimes you think you're imagining things. Right, I would say Field 22 isn't nearly as big as what we've done, so I wouldn't be surprised if we don't grab 1.5 million off this based upon that. So that means it's going to be 3.5 million. At least this it will stand in good stead I would imagine, for this to be almost, I would say equal to the top Let's Plays I've ever done, which I'm not really surprised at that. I was going to say I would like to sell the animals, but I've never done that before. I think going forwards we're going to have to change things, because it's only a rough guesstimate really, this particular type of thing. Right, so then what I'm going to do is I am going to say my goodbyes. We are going to literally do the last session, because the last session isn't just about grabbing everything off this last field, it's also about going through till the morning. Not sure with the no, again I can't really do that. I was going to say it's the feeding of the animals and all the rest, because if we had to go through another, we're going to have to do that. So there is at least another session out of this, a monster session of either this could be a session in itself, and then the animals on November morning, and then basically a totting up of that, because the again I am tempted to speed up through the night rather than sleep, because I know myself it does work better, and also will sidestep the issue with the animals. It does everything processes properly. There's no missteps with productions if you literally go through the speed time up like that rather than go through the night. I've had a few tick-ups, but nothing major. But then over the sort of hours it will be. Now, have I got anything? Am I leasing anything that I've forgotten about? Oh, I am as well. I said I'd do that. Yeah, I said it, and I was right. Oh, gee, I know myself only too well. Right, but for this particular session, all I'm going to say is one more session. I hope, and at least I will have given this the proper place that it should, that we've done it properly. I did exactly the same on Attingham. I thought you can't leave all the straw, and sometimes it's because you're tired, because you've just done a monster session. We have had some monsters on Neverland, we really have, but I want to give this map the respect that it's due, and the map maker also, and also fairness, and all of those things that are important do come into play. You can't half do something. You're either going to do it. One of my favourite sayings of Star Wars is Yoda's saying to Luke is, "There is no try. You either do or do not," and it's true. If you either don't do it. If you're not going to do it properly, don't do it. Just do it. Do it properly, and that's really what I was facing. I was talking on the old farm countryside, and I basically said, I think I'm making my mind up, and I thought, You've got to do it. You can't do a proper job. Love this tractor as well. Absolutely love it. But yeah, that is where I'm going to leave it. So I really do hope you can stick and watch the next session, which I'm hoping is so this is the penultimate, and that will be the finale. Even though I thought the finale was the last one, actually it wasn't. It was just a preliminary totting up of things. The one next session is hopefully the real finale of Neverland, which really has been probably the biggest undertaking I've ever done. To do half of that map, I have never. With Western Wales we had a lot of fields, but I've never gone on that level of a scale. It really is humongous. I wasn't even content with the normal fields. We even had to cut a couple of fields ourselves, which helped us to actually establish ourselves even more. So they've not done the grass, and I don't regret that. I know I could have done, but it would have extended things again and again, and I'd still do class that as we've done our best, because that would have been the processing time of the grass. Although that wouldn't matter now, because we've got some. Obviously, we've spent roughly 75 to 80,000 per each one of those. No, we didn't on the first one, because one of them was already there. So 160, about 200,000 we've spent on those, and you can see our money's right back up again even after that with all of the stuff we've done. But I'm glad we did it, because I was it has made me aware of exactly what that thing must have been drawing, like 3 times the amount that was on the fit. No, more than that. I did wonder, why am I not making any progress? Now I know. I'm going to have to try that again to see if it's been fixed. I've got it on one of the Let's Plays. I think it's the White Farm. We're going to have to see if it's been fixed. Also, it might have been just a straw thing. I'm sure I've used it with the grass on the ore can. It was struggling, but it did use it. I'm sure it didn't multiply, but it's perhaps been adjusted, so we say. But all that remains to be said for this particular almost last session is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on the last little bit of this fantastic Let's Play. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.